And Utes take on the Duke Blue Devils here in Houston with the winner to face Gonzaga on Sunday for the right to go to the Final Four. A battle of Coach K's, Coach Chris Koviak, Coach Krzyzewski, here with Coach Raftery and Grant Hill, Jim Nance, and Tracy Wolfson as well. Looking forward to this matchup. It is a Utah team not a lot of people know a lot about, but they're good.
They're very good. The running Utes are led by their point guard, DeLon Wright. Wright must be right tonight.
There you go.
If this Utah team is going to be Duke, but he does it all. Got to be aggressive. Got to set the tone for Utah.
This is a team that was in the top 10 for a good part of the season. Meanwhile, Duke, we saw him last week in Charlotte. The same story continues to unfold for them with Ja in the middle.
Wright has to be right because Okafor is always right.
That's right.
It's so powerful down the low box. We'll take a look at this little play. His ability to understand and read double teams. The little peek over the shoulder. A little pry with the bounce. Now a little dipsy-do. Grant Hill in his heyday couldn't put it between the legs and finish with this discard. The big fella looming large.
Here's a look at the lineups with the three freshman starters for the Blue Devils. And check out Pirtle, the center from Austria, a freshman for the University of Utah. He's made 12 out of 13 from the floor in the tournament. Whitehead, Karstensen, and Daly. Not Carson Daly, but Karstensen and Daly as we get this started here in Houston. Tap comes out to the Utes. And here's the young man you spoke about, DeLon Wright, number 55 at guard for the Utes.
And Jim Nance. Grant Hill. Duke goes.
Tough shot. And the rebound comes back out to Reyes as Coach Raftery gets a little higher pitch every single game in this tournament. Can't wait to see what you'll have left in Indianapolis.
I hope I do.
Break windows.
Notice Tyus Jones on Loveridge. He can shoot and elevate over him.
Pirtle had it for a moment, and he had contact. A Duke Blue Devil reaching in and committing the foul. It's Winslow.
Yeah, just as early. A little giveaway.
And there is the Coach K, if you will, of the University of Utah in his fourth year. And what a spectacular job Chris Koviak has done. No stranger to all you basketball fans. And that's a tie-up that'll give the the basketball pack to it looked like a football play down there, the scrum. That's what got me confused as you see the other Coach K.
I've been in my room pronouncing all day long just to get these names right.
You think you got it now?
Coach K will be fine.
Can you spell the last names? That's the question.
That would be hard to do.
And a little 2-3 zone now. And a little matchup, little confusion. And Larry Krzyzewski told us they're going to do a lot of different looks on the big guy in the box.
Here's Winslow in the paint. And that was deflected. And the Utes defend on the Duke first possession down the floor.
And they get right up on Teller because he is an unerring deep shooter.
Oh, Reyes took his eye off of it.
On that last play defensively, Pirtle showing his size, his ability to block shots. Winslow trying to get in there, and his length, along with Bashinsky, is going to be huge tonight for Utah.
A lot of communication skills if they stay in the match. A straight-up man now. No, nice hands.
That's right.
He does a great job defensively reading lanes.
They say about him, he's good at every single part of his game.
And he's great with the bounce in the lane, finding people or finishing it a walk.
And Taylor took off with an extra step.
Talking about Wright guarding Tyus Jones. Jones might not be used to going against a guy 6'5", long arms, loves to get into the passing lanes on that last play. And so Jones will have to try to make an adjustment against DeLon Wright.
So the Blue Devils at 31-4. Driving in, Tyus Jones. And Reyes takes it back the other way.
Nice cross. And fine.
Pirtle, too strong off the glass. Winslow with a little act, and
here he comes.
Really hard to stop when he takes it coast to coast.
Ooh, the A train. LeBron-like in his ability, and what a gift. And you could do this in your heyday. Rebound and push gives an extra guy in the open floor.
So dangerous there in transition. You got to get everybody back, form a wall. Can't let him get to the line in transition. One of the best in the country, Justice Winslow.
Chris Koviak's arguing that Winslow was not shooting, but they're going to put him on the stripe for 2. Foul was on Wright, so he picks up an early one. And here's the pride of Houston, Winslow, who turned 19 yesterday. The winner just a year ago of the Guy V. Lewis Award, which goes to the Greater Houston High School Player of the Year.
And that's a great connection for you, Jim, when you were a student, right?
Yeah, Coach Lewis show gave me my start in television as a student in broadcasting. And Coach Lewis is watching this one tonight at 93 years young, Hall of Famer.
And there's that dribble handoff. They add a screen on it once in a while. Reyes provides one on a pin down.
Look at Wright, go right past everyone. Tapped up, nope, Pirtle. Still no whistle as Duke taps it out to Cook. And the lob, Winslow off the mark. Stepped outside right.
Should have grabbed 2 hands and finished.
And Winslow says no.
This pace here is ridiculous right now. Probably favors Duke going up and down.
Short.
Matt Jones. How about all this without a whistle?
Unbelievable. Enjoyable as well.
Yeah, it is. Taylor back outside with it.
I think this is where Utah needs to be. Needs to slow it down, be deliberate on offense, have the opportunity to run selectively when it comes.
He likes to bounce. There's a little hook in his game, too.
Here it is over Okafor. And off the floor with it again, it's Tyus Jones.
Watch Cook in the open.
Cook, 3. These teams combined 0 for 9 shooting. Right to Taylor. Can they make one? No.
That's Taylor's game, too. They dodged one. He is unerring, and he steps into that 3.
Very similar to what we saw in the Gonzaga-UCLA game. Teams really having a hard time adjusting to shooting in this building.
And you're going to need a lot of dribble drive if you're Duke to break up this matchup here. A lot of pointing, misdirecting, exchanging. Steps.
Okafor after a combined 11 from the floor by the 2 teams. He gets the first bucket.
Got to get the ball inside. He might have walked on that one, Coach.
When in doubt, give him a touch. There's a pin down. You can make that shot, Jordan.
Loveridge. And Pirtle gives him another chance and a reset.
Well, a lot of people inhaling. This has been a fast pace.
No kidding. Breakneck speed as Wright takes it inside. Dishes, passed up a good shot. And Reyes kicks it back out. Wright really had a good chance to make one. Passed it up. Pirtle checking out Okafor. One to take him on, and he scores the Utes' first points.
He is a very patient kid with his footwork. Once he gets that 10-foot jumper, he is going to be something. Learning the game on the fly from a former pro. Look at this denial. Coach K in the way.
That would be Utah's Coach K. Off the floor with it, it's Taylor. Yeah, Utah very good defensively. They got quick hands. They make you earn everything.
That they do. One of the better defensive teams in the country. Deflection, steals. Make you work for everything you get on the offensive end.
Nice cross screen again to get Pirtle.
Thought Pirtle might do something with it.
I did too.
There's Taylor.
Nice job screening out. I don't think we're getting any TV timeouts this game.
Matt Jones. We're going to get one, Bill. We got to pay for that salary of yours.
Exactly that. Cook gave us a break. The big fella. And Duke to step through, the power to finish. You like this other youngster?
I like Pirtle. Nice touch. Kind of went around Okafor with the little rounding hook shot with the finish.
Nancy Grand Hill, Bill Raftery, and let's bring in Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Jim. Mike Krzyzewski knows Houston well. His He mentioned their war against Purdue, their war against Baylor, and he said the reason why his team made the Final Four was toughness to get through those wars. He's expecting that from his team again tonight, Jim.
Good stuff, Tracy. That's the last time they went to the Final Four, that 2010 championship season, on to Indianapolis, where they beat Butler in the end. Hayward's very nearly hitting the epic shot, but it came out of Houston 5 years ago here in Houston. And tapped up and in as Baczynski has come in along with Chapman for the Utes.
And that's the NBA contribution, the post up of the smaller guy. Jones taken down, therefore the offensive rebound, and even if the shot didn't go in.
Smarter Utah to go inside. 7 total points, 6 turnovers, and 3 for 18 from the field for both teams. So I imagine, like the first game, Gonzaga getting inside and getting easy baskets.
Got a hold on the Utes as Plumlee, Jefferson, and Allen have all come in for the Blue Devils. Utah in the Sweet 16 for the first time in 10 years. Haven't even played an ACC team since 9 years back. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils, you see their decorated program as Coach K tries to advance to the Elite Eight for the 14th time. Jones short with a three-point shot. Up ahead, breaking early, Baczynski, and the Utes are off to a good start here. Taylor pushed it up ahead.
Nice little leak out. Tough jump shots not going down. They got to go inside, I think. Ball screen, get in the gaps, move the ball quickly. Jefferson with a great save on that initial miss.
So Winslow and Okafor both out as Grayson Allen puts it up with the left hand. He has got some repertoire.
And he heard you, Coach, attacking the basket, getting into the paint. But the length of right and leverage on the perimeter players is giving Duke's wing guys some problems.
Bounce pass, Baczynski, foul on Plumlee.
Oh, nice shot. They do that little screen down, curl, leak to the rim as well as anything. A little chippy.
Coach Baczynski contested Tyus Jones, and then the 7-footer got out and leaked out. Found him on the break. Brandon Taylor and DeLon Wright says, "Good job, man. Way to run the court."
Baczynski, the senior from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He's married. He has a brother you may be familiar with, his brother Jordan, the former Arizona State player.
I think he's he is the leading shot blocker in the history of the Pac-12, the brother. I believe he might be playing in Turkey, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, his parents had 2 7-footers.
Exactly.
Can't imagine dinner at that house.
How about the food bill? You're right. Now, this team has really run some great sets. That pro influence, I think. Koyak runs so many nice little sets. Take advantage of mismatches, reads.
Baczynski has scored the Utes' last 6 points.
Nice cut.
As Winslow returns and fires the three.
Whatever you need, this kid provides the lift. Confident performer. Terrific defender as well. Lockdown kind of a guy. Too deep.
Baczynski, not this time. As Jefferson is able to tap it to himself, and Duke goes to the other end with the game tied at 8.
Yeah, every team needs a Jefferson. He just doesn't take any bad shots, always good around the rim, solid, knows how to play.
Right now, Utah has Chapman on Jefferson. He's going to double team Okafor.
Look at the cut.
There's Jefferson. Second chance. He was a starter for much of the season, guys.
Junkyard guy. Whatever you need, coach. Well, this is the play they run beautifully. Nice defense. Tucker, great looking prospect.
Utah gets the ball from side to side, hard cuts.
Ooh, went a little out of reach.
I got it.
We're right.
Good catch, Coach.
Give Raff the assist. You still got it. You still there.
They got it.
Gonzaga back to the Elite Eight for the first time since '99, and Kentucky, of course, in the regional final tomorrow against Notre Dame up in Cleveland, trying to become the first team to go to the Final Four undefeated since UNLV back in '91 when the Runnin' Rebs ran into a little freshman named Grant Hill. Not that little, but and a couple of other players on the Blue Devils who beat him in the national semifinals in a classic.
Great memories, and as Okafor picks up a foul there. The bad part about that, Jim, that had a horrible haircut. I got to relive that every year in March.
Weren't you told by Coach K, don't do anything, guys, before the Final Four, like go get some kind of crazy haircut?
I did.
And you and Antonio Lang.
Yeah, we went and got crazy haircuts. You know, typical freshman.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you, how about Kentucky? What they did against West Virginia. Oh,
that was a statement game last night.
Yes, it was.
And by the way, you took all your shots 1 foot from the basket, if I recall, those days, right?
Coach K said, if you're not in the paint, don't shoot, son.
Look at Okafor.
He is a load. Set effectively. With such a great rhythm to his movements, the motion.
I like this.
Isaiah right now with the basketball, seeing his first action.
Cook, a great defender, gets caught up on that little screen.
And Wright unable to negotiate the short shot.
Duke has got to go back inside to Okafor, continue to put pressure inside on Utah.
And Allen getting a little confidence builder. He's healthy. Mike's got him on the floor for a lot more minutes. He can make that deep shot if they don't pay attention.
Trip. Trip. How about that shot by Okafor from the side of the basket?
I mean, that is just great touch. Didn't even kind of palm the ball there like it's a softball, but to be able to make that kind of move, what skill, what talent.
And that little hesitation dribble, too, and then a little explosion.
I mean, that was good defense by Utah.
Yeah.
Reyes comes in for Chapman, who was whistled for his first. And it's a 7-0 run by the Blue Devils.
Use him when he's in there, I think. Put the pressure up. Here comes the double. Same side. I love how he dragged dribbles.
As Reyes takes it to the hole.
That's his game. Nobody.
And that's big for Duke. Tyus Jones didn't play well in Charlotte. They didn't need him in Charlotte, but they're going to need him here tonight against this tough Utah.
See all the pin downs, the fade screens. Here comes a double, and right on the catch, normally, he can knock those down, Taylor.
The Utes have been blanked the last 4 minutes.
Automatic switch. Justice can handle the post.
Taylor over everything.
They make you rush. Get in your head with this tenacious D. Here it comes from the side. Look at the ball in his hand.
He had 3 players around him. And finally out with it is Pirtle.
It's like a thimble in his hand.
It's like when you learn to play the game with a Nerf ball against a little goal set up on the back of your bedroom door. Reyes has got Winslow on him.
Nice step through. Look at him staying with it, Jim. Justice.
Second block already by Winslow. Watch live games on your Amazon Fire HD, Windows, or other connected devices with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now, ncaa.com/March Madness, or download the app today. 14 to shoot for the Utes, who've gone cold.
Look at how well scouted the out-of-bounds play was. The hug of Pirtle.
To shoot. Taylor to the corner. Isaiah Wright over everything. Pirtle with the putback just in time.
Well, that's the advantage to the offense when they don't hit the rim, though. Everybody looks to body search and check.
It's the advantage when you're 7 feet.
That comes in handy.
Ends a 5-minute field goal drought by the Utes.
Always have a wing shooter. Dribble drive. Now they overload left. Justice for the mismatch.
Imagine the help's going to come.
Nice.
Winslow, all kinds of help. He had, again, 3 Utes surrounding him. It'll be Duke ball with 7 on the shot clock when we get back after the underage. Again, the shooting percentages inside the stadium are abysmal. Utah 20%. How do you defend Jahlil Okafor?
Jim, you got to do your work early. Here, Pirtle's fighting him, getting him off the block. Reyes comes a double team. Of course, Okafor is so good at finding guys, but you got to rotate and help the helper. And in that case, Utah was textbook, all the turnover. But Okafor is used to being double teamed. He's been double teamed since the 7th grade.
Were you there, or are you sure?
I've heard.
Well, you know, it's interesting. We've seen all these little tweaks. They're coming from different areas, so he has to be sophisticated to handle it.
I think you're right. You got to mix it up on Okafor. Don't give him the same look every time.
Winslow, Reyes, making him work for it, and he banks it in.
Ooh, great footwork, steadiness, and strength to kiss that baby.
Let's see if Wright can get going now. He's not been involved in the Utes offense thus far.
Well, we mentioned the great defense of Cook. Here's the automatic switch. Not giving him a touch.
Wright, who averages 15 a game, has taken only 1 shot. It was a short one, but Duke was there to defend it. Here he is on a fadeaway, and again, the Utes having a hard time. Oh, look at Wright, though.
He's
He
great.
read it. That's twice he's done that. Now he's on the board.
The kid is amazing how he jumps passing lanes. That's his 2nd tonight. Extraordinary read.
I think he needs to get in more screen and roll with Okafor's guy. Attack Okafor off the screen and roll.
And they do ISO that for him.
Duke back with it, starting 5 on the floor.
Pirtle really doing a nice job.
Winslow takes it over Wright. Had a big size advantage. And hits the shot. That was a 2-point basket.
Seems like he's getting better every tournament game, Coach.
When you watch him, there's a toughness about that kid.
Tough pass by Wright. To Wright.
Wright looking like a defensive back there, getting the steal and when you're struggling, sometimes a good defense, get in transition, get an easy basket, get yourself going. Wright, got to play big tonight.
And as you know, they feed off the good players, teammates, and this kid does make people better. That's their
He's
functioning.
special. He's special.
This is where he's good off the dribble.
Loveridge, he's a good 3-point shooter, and he shows it right there.
Well, he's got the hands down. We know.
Utah's first field goal from outside the paint tonight. Kuzma now, another Utah player seeing action. They go deep on that bench. Lost it on the way in, but they say he was fouled actually in the act of shooting. It's going to be the 2nd on DeLon Wright.
Now, when you play with great players, just get the puppies organized. He's going to find you, get them organized, and drill it. A little nylon by Loveridge. Beginning of the year was not there. I see the fingers down there.
So as mentioned, the 2nd on Wright with just inside 6 minutes to go. First half, and they are about to bring in Brandon Taylor. Who delivered the Buick expectation, shattering performance of the day? Tune into Inside March Madness, presented by Buick, and find out.
I love the way Allen has attacked, too. We know he can shoot that jump shot. Pretty athletic at the rim, isn't he?
Very athletic. Last year's McDonald's All-American Slam Dunk Contest winner. So he can shoot it. He can finish with the trees as well.
Did you win that?
No, I did not.
That's not the only award you didn't win.
Darren Hancock.
Not Luke Hancock. He can shoot it. I don't think he can dunk it.
He won the 3-point shooting contest.
That is what you were calling for. Turn and face. Nice cut. This kid can find people.
Yes, he can. Hurdle to Loveridge. And the Utes are back within 2.
Once again, they get that matchup going.
Utah now has the ability to switch too with their perimeter guys.
Double up on Okafor. Tyus Jones way off on that one. Battle on the floor for it. Winslow tangled up with Wright.
They got a timeout.
Oh, they call the foul on DeLon Wright. That's huge. That's his third. And that's the kind of call that can change the game.
Absolutely. You can't blame Krasodiak for being upset.
No, I don't agree with that call.
No, let him play.
Now he'll have to sit the rest of the half, and
well, that changes everything.
yes, it does. Cook, and that's even changed it even on the inbound defense. But we've got an injured player. Cook is hurt after landing on the floor after making the shot.
This is one tough kid. That's good to see.
Let's see how he's able to walk with it.
Look at that. Oof. Just that cut and the way you fall.
Oh, boy. And inadvertently, Pirtle stepped on his ankle. The ankle was rolled.
Thankfully, he's walking off the court on his own.
Tighten the shoe and keep moving, too. Well, he is, I just admire him so much, that kid. 4 years, the way he's meshed with Jones in the backcourt.
Over the head of everybody, Isaiah Wright.
And you talk about losing your point guard out there on the court now with Wright with 3 fouls, and instantly Duke turns the screws, increases the pressure, and forces a turnover. This could change things here in the first half.
There's the match. Everybody pointing. A lot of man principles in this. And look at this load up in the lane. And they come baseline. I love all these wrinkles.
Okafor. They are swarming around him every time he touches it. Grayson Allen.
Nice body control.
Yeah, stuck for a moment. Goes to Tyus Jones, and there's another Utah foul.
See, when you have a matchup, you're never at the same angle defensively. You're always adjusting and sliding, so the ability to turn the corner, try and deliver, it's there. Just taking advantage is key.
That's on Taylor, his first.
And Coach, you made a great point when you double team to Okafor, and now Utah scrambling on defense. You want to drive that as your defense is shifting, and Jones did that on that play.
Tucker's coming back in for the Utes, Plumlee for Duke. I was trying to think of a connection between these programs. They met in a third-place game at the Final Four in '66, Duke and Utah, but a good one, and you'll know him, Bill Foster.
Went from Rutgers to Utah.
And then went to Duke and took them to the '78 Final Four. That was the Jim Spinarco, Mike Cheminsky team, Kenny Denard. And then Foster was replaced by, at Duke, Mike Krzyzewski.
Exactly. And I always say to Jimmy, did you know that Gibbons was free on the foul line?
Because of the 40.9.
The 2.3. The 2-3 zone. He was sitting there all night. He said it was Cheminsky's fault.
Goose Gibbons with one of the great championship performances ever. Back in 1978.
They try to ice it to one side. I love the way Plumlee shows big, and they don't cover.
Pirtle off his hands.
You got bailed out, Coach.
They did. Better pass.
Jones on the fly, off the glass, and Duke suddenly is up 8.
Well, you can't make a mistake like that. You got a wide open Pirtle. And a great cover in the back by Jones. Shot clock, they got it. Shot clock, excuse me, backcourt violation.
10 count. Did not get it across. And we got the under 4 as Duke is on a little roll right now. Coach K and Utah not happy with the third foul on DeLon Wright. Last 6 to the Devils. And they're up 8. Late night, catch the Late Late Show with James Corden. Tonight after Dave, only CBS. And that pass chased down by Winslow. As Cook is back on the floor.
They got a contained dribble drive. Here's the ball screen. And then the other end.
Okafor.
Nice pocket pass by Quinn Cook. And tremendous finish, showing his agility. Okafor.
That really did, didn't it? The way he adjusted. And again, another pass gets away from the Utes.
They really are having trouble. They're not posting over the half-court line. They're dilly-dogging to the backcourt.
And normally Wright's there. Leverage now in an unusual position, the top of the point, running against the zone, and cause that turnover. You got to regroup here, Utah, these last 3 minutes.
Don't we call that dilly-dallying?
I couldn't come up with it.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
I just want to get a little assist.
I turned to Grant. I got nothing.
They don't use pedestrian words like that at Utes. You know that.
That's true. I should have known better. Look at him post up strong and big, go side to side. Okafor.
Jones into the paint, off the glass, too strong, but tapped. And again, just off the rim. Loveridge clears it.
Gotta wait for the screen to come.
They got to go to the rim. Oh, down low is tough catch.
Kuczynski, and he's fouled.
First for Okafor.
Let's go over to Tracy.
Thanks, Jim. You see Quinn Cook back out there. Looks like no signs of that ankle bothering him. He was on the bench. He grimaced slightly, but the athletic trainer came over, didn't look at that ankle at all, so it looks as though he's just going to tough it out.
I was surprised when he first checked out of the game with the injury that he wasn't up trying to walk it off. He sat right down. It was, when you watched the replay of the injury, you thought this could be bad.
Well, Grant and I were saying during the commercial, we thought he felt like you land on that foot, it wasn't twisted or turned. The shock of it initially is what concerns you.
Loveridge and Okafor snags the rebound. He was the one who fouled Kuczynski, his first. But we're inside 2 minutes to go in the first half. 10-point lead, Blue Devils. Winner to face Gonzaga Sunday here in Houston.
Okafor's got to be careful. You don't want to get a second before halftime here on his ball screen. Make sure he doesn't make contact and slide or charge.
Okafor lost it. Taken away by Taylor.
He beaten down. Nice help by Winslow. Well, he does a lot of stuff, Winslow.
Utah has not scored since DeLon Wright went out with 3 fouls. Here's Kuczynski.
Well, there it is, number 2.
To the rim. It goes. And a free throw on the way.
Well, that was dangerous.
Ends an 8-0 run by the Devils.
Okafor trying to body up and little.
You got to be smart in that situation.
Exactly.
Just put your hands straight up. Don't reach in.
Okafor picks up fouls the last 2 times on the defensive end, his first 2 of the game, so he'll sit for the rest of the half, you have to think. Plumlee right back out there. And Kuczynski's given them big minutes again off the bench, as he often does.
And that's the luxury of having Plumlee. But you got to be smarter. Mike is not happy getting a word or 2 on that call. Big concern.
Wake up, fellas. We finally here. Indianapolis. Now we just got to find the stadium.
Did you just say Indianapolis?
The Final Four. Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Indianapolis.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Greg Gumbel in New York with an All-State Good Hands update. Over on TBS in Syracuse, Oklahoma stretching its lead over Michigan State. Jordan Woodard for 3 of his 6. 10-point lead for the Sooners. Less than 9 to play in the first half. Jim, Raft, and Grant.
So a good start there. Thanks, Greg, for the Sooners with the winner to take on Louisville Sunday in the regional final, the East final in Syracuse. Here we are with 1:15 to go in Houston's first half. Kuczynski denies the inbounds pass to Plumlee. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Greg will be back again with Clark, Kenny, and Charles with first half highlights. An update on that Michigan State-Oklahoma game again. And the latest tournament news coming up, AT&T at the half.
I'll tell you what, if Utah can get a couple of stops here and a score, go into halftime feeling really good about where they are with Wright in foul trouble.
Well, they got the offense on Plumlee. Lifted the knee and an empty trip. Those mistakes you don't need. Okafor being out.
But that's not Plumlee's fault. The point guard can't go until the guard gets settled. Excuse me, the center gets settled there.
Right.
In Plumlee's case, thought Jones left too early.
So that's the second on Plumlee, 2 on Plumlee, 2 on Okafor.
And you know what that gets to? About kids love to refuse the screens. A lot, you know what I mean? It's not that he shouldn't refuse, it's part of the game.
See how the Utes execute here in the last minute.
Got Jefferson on Wyszynski, giving up a lot of size.
I thought the pro mentality, they go 2 for 1, but they're not.
Loveridge with a jumper.
Look at the size.
Wyszynski hits the deck hard.
Intentional, I thought I just saw a signal. Did I?
Called on Winslow.
Oh, no, just it was an arm. I'm sorry. Wait a second.
So that'll be 2 on Winslow.
He's walking it off as well.
You know, some news, fellas, that's going to especially hit our Utah audience hard. We learned a short while ago about the passing today of a West Virginia basketball legend, Hot Rod Hundley. An All-America, a showman, the first pick in the NBA draft by the Lakers back in 1957. He was on the NCAA's all-time silver anniversary team. But he was a broadcasting Hall of Famer. He's in the Naismith Memorial broadcasting wing. Voice for decades for the Utah Jazz. And even here at CBS, he was our top NBA analyst for many years back in the 70s. We talked in the first game about the game of the century here. He called it, UCLA and Houston. He did all those late night games you used to watch in the early years of college basketball with UCLA. And an incredible friend. We're going to miss him so much.
I know he's a dear friend of yours, and I met him through you many years ago. God bless him.
Can't stop thinking about him right now. 18 seconds to go in this first half with the Duke lead trimmed to 5. They get it over to Cook. Cook into the paint, cradles it, puts it up, slides off the rim, and the Utes made a little dent in a late run in that first half.
They sure did. Solid play. Forced Duke with foul problems to play awfully small coming down the stretch.
And they did it with Wright having to sit out the last 5 minutes or so. The last 5 points of the half go to Utah. That Cook shot just not able to find the cylinder. Let's go over to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. Coach, the foul trouble with Okafor and with Winslow in the first half, how much did that affect what you wanted to do?
The last couple minutes, it got disjointed, although Wyszynski played really well and got us into foul trouble. So, you know, they came back well. I felt we're nervous. You know, like, I don't know if we were, to begin the game, we're just a little young. They got out of breath real quick, and so hopefully we did all right, but I think we can do a lot better.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Tracy. Good one going here with Duke leading it 27-22 over the Utes at halftime. We're going to send you to AT&T at the half. After these messages, you're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championships. 27 points by Duke, just second lowest total this season in a half. And big moment in that first half. The Utes seeing their star player, DeLon Wright, pick up his third. Just a shade inside of 5 minutes to go in the first half. Here it was, a scramble, trying to tie it up with Winslow. Called for a foul there.
It could have been easy to call a jump ball, and you would know that one official thought it was, but he's struggling, but he means so much to this team. I mean, he's a guy that makes everybody else better, so him not on the floor, a major issue for this team.
You know, Wright and Taylor, the backcourt, averaged, what, 24 points a game. They got 2 in the first half. What's your take on how they're handling Okafor so far?
I'll tell you, Utah's doing a great job on Okafor. They're double teaming him, giving him different looks, and he's not able to find open shooters and cutters, so they're doing a fantastic job. But Utah dodged a bullet, only down 5 with Wright and 3 fouls. I think they're in good shape.
Let's get a report quickly from Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. I had a chance to speak with Larry Krzyzewski when he came out of the locker room, and he said he was really happy with their defense, holding Duke to just 27 points, but the 9 turnovers killed them. Jim?
All right, right away, DeLon Wright is able to hit a shot, his second basket of the game, and that's now going back to the first half. 7 unanswered for the Utes.
Automatic switching on the baseline with the guards. That trip. Look at the scramble. Nice play by Taylor.
And it gets into the hands of Wright. The Utes doubling up Okafor and able to contain him. Down low. Jakob Poeltl. And the Blue Devils do a good job of defending the big man for the Utes. Follow-up Winslow. He's got 10 now. Top man in the game for the Blue Devils side.
He's always there.
Always in the right place, Coach.
He comes up with the big play at the big moment, that kid.
Duke has put their best perimeter defender, Matt Jones, on right.
There's that post-up they started the game with.
Poeltl puts it up. Tapped up. No, Poeltl missed the layup. Was a little uncertain what to do with it. Had an open jumper, took it in and missed. Then there's Poeltl from behind with the block, and it's off Winslow.
Poeltl has become Americanized. Did you see? Letting the referee know that it may have been an unwanted elbow, but look at this defense coming back. This kid's going to be a major performer.
7-foot freshman from Vienna, Austria. And Coach Kryskowiak flew out to Austria twice to see him. The first time he took his wife, turned it into a little trip. Came back again and sealed the deal. Here is DeLon Wright. Tap up, no by Poeltl. Comes back out to Taylor.
They are getting to the rim with ease. That's the old little backdoor guard around.
Look at Matt Jones. All over it. Lost it going in, but still score.
You know, actually losing it helped him. He may have had that block for him.
A little hesitation there.
A little shake him off.
First points of the night for Matt Jones.
See, that's the shot I think he's got to get.
Poeltl. Yeah, there's a good shot. Poeltl has 6. Quickly now. Cook. As Duke's picking it up quickly in transition.
You got to get back transition D. We know Quinn Cook likes to leak out. Get some easy baskets.
After a score. No.
Almost stolen by Winslow. Reyes has a lane. Dishes to Poeltl. Sent him over to the line for a couple.
We're hoping it's Jones. And they do get it on Jones. A break. No offense to Tyus' family.
Tyus Jones, first foul. So Poeltl to shoot a couple. 6 and 7 to this point. Watch Masters live on CBSSports.com for exclusive video of Amen Corner. Action down at 15 and 16. The featured groups, the highlights, the analysis. CBSSports.com, Masters.com. Coming up in 2 weeks' time.
Well, not a good free throw shooter under, well, around 45. That's not good. He can get better. Cross screen to the box. They got an offensive foul. And Jones trying to set the screen up.
Say that the officials have been consistent tonight, calling a lot of those moving screens.
It's funny. It's almost like you should jump stop when you screen, just to make sure you let the official emphatically know that you are rigid. It's one of their favorite plays here.
DeLon Wright.
Oh, this is great defense.
Look at Winslow. Seal it off. And the Utes have another turnover. Number 11.
Making that extra effort on defense, sealing off the baseline, giving Wright nowhere to go. Justice Winslow showing that he can play a little defense out there, Coach.
And what it does is everybody else stay at home, so that was why the pass was thrown out of bounds. No outlet. Got the big guy.
Missed him.
Yeah. And they got
3-second call on Okafor. Well, they didn't give it to him that first opportunity they had.
That's what hurts you. Well, he's not paying rent yet.
I thought he cleansed himself, but I guess not.
I like that word.
Raph's got a new one for the glossary of terms. Good job, Grant. Taylor hasn't scored tonight. Way off on that one. And you went on the court at halftime just to check the lights, the conditions, what it feels like as Tyus Jones takes it the distance.
Well, they just push it up, and no attention to detail by Utah. You've got to get your defense set.
What did you see out there, Grant?
I'll tell you, these lights in here are very bright as Cook picks up a foul, but maybe that is why there's been struggle with shooting the ball from the perimeter tonight. The lights, but it didn't bother Tyus Jones on this play. Knocks it in off the glass. A little kiss.
March Madness, be open to try sharing a Coke Zero with your rival and turn them into a frenemy. I don't even know who could possibly be your rival, Raph. But find that person, make them your frenemy.
I have a few frenemies and frailties, too. Good job containing.
Oh, nice sweet shot there by Chapman, the freshman from Roy, Utah.
Yeah, that's right. Always does the correct thing. I think Cook can get a shot over Taylor if they want at some point.
Cook, who has that long streak of games, making at least one free. 45 games in a row, but he's 0 for 1 tonight from outside. That was Matt Jones off on that one. Here's Taylor through traffic coming back out.
Chapman trying to post up better. Pirtle. Or excuse me, right now they got the big guy Bashinsky in.
He had a huge first half.
Yeah,
Bashinsky, right, got the look he wanted, and Okafor reaches up and takes the rebound. Here's Winslow. Maybe backing off of him too much, but down away from the ball underneath. It's a foul call on Bashinsky.
Trying to bang, and that early post-up is tough to defend. I like Bashinsky doing his homework early there. You meet him, and don't let him get into that low post area and dominate.
Bigs for Utah are fighting Okafor, like you said, doing it early, and you don't mind that. You just that foul for Utah.
Jefferson in the game now. He does a nice job passing to the post, creating some offensive opportunities with second chances. Trying to get an angle for the entry. They're cushioning nice.
Chapman and Pirtle doubling up on Okafor.
Nice play again.
This is picked off. That's twice in this game that's happened. Twice in this half.
When you double team, you can't make that cross-court pass, Jim.
Tough shot by Loveridge. And saved outside it is. Duke actually threw it into the arms of Taylor.
Boy, the design defensively is magnificent by Utah. You mentioned too, Jim, by Taylor. It's all because of the double. The drag dribble doesn't work. Cross court dangerous.
Here's Taylor.
And a mismatch, Chapman inside on Cook.
Somebody's got to dive for him.
Chapman's got 2 shots now to drop.
That kid is skilled, very talented, can go inside, shoot from the perimeter. The lefty with the touch.
He sure does. He can post up a little. We saw him trying to get in there.
The margin is 5, just as it was at halftime. And then Winslow makes it 8. His second shot from beyond the arc in this game.
He arrives at the proper time for dinner. He's amazing. His contributions.
When they arrived in Houston a couple of days ago, his mom and family were there to greet the team at the hotel as Wright makes the nifty move.
They've been looking for that back cut all evening. They finally got it. A little lapse.
Winslow family was there to bring cookies to all the players when they showed up at the Duke Hotel. As Winslow, a big Houston area high school star, just a year ago finishing up at St. John's. High school here locally. Cook lost the handle, was off Utah. And Winslow can drive it on you, get physical inside. And how about the sweep stroke?
He's improved with his long-range shooting. Hit a lot of threes, timely threes, as you said, Coach, and lets the crowd know and the bench over there at Duke know that he's engaged and ready to play.
The wind currents don't seem to bother the better shooters.
That's true. Would you classify yourself as one of the better shooters?
Yeah, on the beach once in a while would I stroke a few.
Here's another shot by Winslow. And another three. Back-to-back trips.
He forgot to get back, though. Oh, what a mistake.
Chapman takes a hard fall after he lays it in.
Jimmy, he was talking to the fans and forgot his responsibility.
Had his arms raised, trying to engage the crowd a little bit. Duke got beat for 2 at the other end.
Too good for that nonsense.
How about 3 straight? Not this one. Taylor got 3 on 2. Loveridge.
Nice patience, too. No big was down there.
Whip it inside. Baczynski can't get hold of it. Scoots it all the way to the far side. Loveridge with the 3. Rattles around and out. Tapped up, no. And Plumlee takes the rebound. Cook in on Taylor, and it's on Taylor. He took a hard hit to the chest.
Well, these Duke kids, when they have an angle, they take advantage. But how about this one? Did you ever do this in your heyday?
Coach, I never made a 3, but when you make a 3, you can't celebrate. You have to get back. Chapman gets out in transition while Winslow celebrates. And that's a no-no with Coach K.
A little egg on the brown.
Slots on the Final Four will be filled. In the West, Arizona against Wisconsin. Notre Dame takes on undefeated Kentucky. In the East, it's a full slate of college hoops, beginning with the Infinity tip-off on TBS. Quinn Cook with the line for Duke. The senior captain and leader of this Duke team. Second team All-America.
Mike was talking about the guards being able to make free throws at the end of games. That's some luxury to have.
And DeLon Wright with those 3 first-half fouls.
They got it. This should be the other way.
Yeah.
Nice denial.
Off the hands of Taylor. Isaiah Wright comes in for Brandon Taylor. Isaiah Wright, a freshman from Boise, Idaho. He was Mr. Everything up in Idaho last year, winning all the state honors.
And Grayson Allen with great denial on the wing, caused that turnover. Empty trip.
Blue Devils looking for a double-digit lead. Grayson Allen. Oh, he takes a hard fall. As the Utes coming out with it, and traveling call on Dakari Tucker.
Looks like Grayson Allen might be a little shook up there on that fall, Jim.
His arm's shaking that arm.
It's coming out.
It's the fall that cost him, though. Goodness, did he bang?
Winslow, who had the 6 points in a 35-second span, to open up this big lead, adds 2 more.
How about this kid? What a load. Attacking with those shoulders, presenting big time to the rim.
On a night when Okafor has been held to 6, doubled and tripled most of the night, Winslow has 18. Ties the biggest deficit of the tournament for the Utes. They came back from 11 down to beat Georgetown. And Wright unable to hit the close-range shot. Driving in, Tyus Jones. Comes out into the corner, and Wright's able to save it for the Utes, who need a spark as we reach the midway point of the second half.
Really struck them where to go. I think you got to get Pirtle a touchdown on the block. This dribble drive's been effective for this kid all year long, but right now against Duke, not getting away with it.
Yeah, I think Utah needs to get back to moving their offense side to side, ball movement, player movement. Too much one-on-one right now. That's not going to work against Duke's defense.
You saw Coach Chris Koviak took over a program that was so down. 6-25 his first year, just back in 2012. And 3 years after that, a 26-win season and the Sweet 16.
What a job he's done.
What a career he had at Montana, playing for Mike Montgomery, who had the big career at Stanford as a coach.
Right.
He was Larry's coach up at Montana. The all-time Big Sky scorer and rebounder is the Utah Coach K.
And you got a pearl out of him. His nickname was
Larry Bird.
Bird as a kid.
Yeah. Isaiah Wright looking for somewhere to go. Tucker
nice
trying to beat Pirtle, but again it's Winslow who continues to stuff the stat sheet in so many ways.
How smart is he too? He figured, well, we wasted a couple of fast break opportunities. Now, let's use some clock, pound it in. Hit the big guy, let him know. A much better diagonal look. Look at this extra pass.
Jefferson says, hey, I'll take it.
They left him wide open, Coach.
And he knows his game. And Mike Krzyzewski, as exuberant as I've seen him.
Jefferson looked around and said, okay, I'll take it to the hole. No one's going to guard me.
It's all set up by Jefferson as Okafor gets double teamed. Jefferson dives to the basket. Wright has to help. Jones now finds Jefferson, and Utah gets confused in their rotations, and Jefferson is able to capitalize. They just kind of ran away from him, Coach.
Taking advantage of the opportunity. He is a kid that just understands what to do at the proper time. There's another turnover.
My goodness, that's 4 in the last couple of minutes, and another Utah foul on Reyes. In the last 4 minutes, Utah's 0 for 4 from the field and 4 turnovers on top of it.
And this press is not designed to create turnovers. It's to use the clock. A little bit passive, but they're coughing it up and they're tightening it up because of that.
Watch your feet.
A reminder, Monday on CBS, these geniuses are the smartest guys in the room. Any room. And they just might save the world. It's a new episode of the hit drama Scorpion, Monday at 9, 8 Central. Only CBS.
You know, Jim, this is the first game for me where I've been in a stadium like this, and the coaches sitting in these stools by their benches, which has to be a little unusual because a lot of times they want to interact with their assistant coaches.
Exactly.
And they can't do that as well during the game.
Well, the nice thing about it, though, is if you made a mistake, you got to go a long way to find you when you come out of the game, too.
It is fascinating. The players, it's almost as if they're in the dugout. And the coaches are like boxing trainers in the corner. As here's Baczynski on Okafor.
Good job standing his ground, and big, as you said in the first half, when he didn't put those arms straight up.
And now 8 consecutive empty trips for the Utes. As Duke's starting to pull away a little bit with 8 minutes approaching.
And Mike and his team are the best at using clock and still getting a good shot. Nice dive again by your man.
Jefferson able to get it back. And then Wright almost closed in on that passing lane. Oh, and they've got him for number 4. His 4th foul comes just under 8. The timeout. Well, the Blue Devils now 15 in front behind Winslow's. 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. And how about defending Okafor?
I'll tell you, Utah's done a fantastic job of giving different looks, double teaming him on the catch. And here they double team, they rotate. And of course, Brandon Taylor, he's the rover, he's the free safety, makes the right read, gets a steal and a turnover. But Duke is still up, playing well.
But he learns quickly, as we saw.
Yes, he does.
The great diagonal pass ended up with the Jefferson, sent it in.
Of course, Duke is going to use the clock. Get it down to 5 seconds on the clock before they're
playing off. Jefferson doubling on the box. And look at Okafor. bodying up, banging him around. Chapman that time. He's seeing it all.
Well, the Utes with no firepower in this half other than a couple of shots made by Chapman. And they have not scored on their last 8 trips down the floor.
Great coverage in the back by Okafor.
Loveridge gave it up. Now they're on the board with Pirtle.
It's interesting. Okafor never moved his arms. If he extended him, he could have gotten that pass.
I agree.
Look at the Jim underneath the mismatch and the body of Chapman. He's not going to get away with it.
Now it's going to be on Chapman. It's a big physical difference down there between those two freshmen.
It's interesting. They have Chapman on Okafor. Maybe they planned on doubling with Pirtle, but
yeah, right here, he's supposed to be zoning. Really, they're leaving Jefferson alone out high. Now they go back to Pirtle.
Third foul on Chapman. 7 minutes to go, and with no one out there defending Winslow, they just keep peeling off 10, 15 seconds on each of these possessions, shortening the game.
That's what they do best, Duke. They usually get a good one at the end. See, the Jefferson can make the entry because they're zoning up in the back.
On the catch, they're coming.
This is where he can use the dribble. They're coming late. Look at this tennis ball.
Again, the way he handles it. Cook puts it back up. And a shot clock violation. That was the first field goal attempt of this half by Okafor.
How about that? The other guys have been doing a great job pushing the ball up the floor, playing around them or by him.
And that was the first time Utah didn't double team him. Okafor was able to get a shot off, didn't go in. Looked a little like Wilt Chamberlain the way he was holding that ball there.
There you go. Julius Erving.
Julius Erving, exactly.
Connie Hawkins, another. And how about this, Taylor?
Just what Utah needed. The first points of the night for Taylor, who averages 10 a game. And the 15-point deficit is down to 10.
And this mystery defense is very confusing right now for Duke.
I wonder if Duke will bring Matt Jones back in.
They got to get Justice involved.
Blocked by Chapman. 2-on-1. Taylor goes to the far side. Loveridge, this would be so big. Slides off the rim. Tapped around and Wright able to keep it for the Utes.
He can hit that.
He can.
Another chance here for Utah. Taylor thought about it. Floater. Off the front of the rim and in. And it's a 8-point margin. And timeout on the floor. Timeout called by the Utes. The home of the Masters, Augusta National, hosting the Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals April 5th. For more information, TV times, and to register your 7 to 15-year-old for next year, go online to drivechipandputt.com. 7-0 run by the Utes to suddenly make this a game again.
It's interesting, as we were just chatting on a commercial, changed the lineup because Jefferson was being zoned off, not able to contribute. So now they go with Matt Jones, who can make a shot and put it on the deck. Ooh, he almost turns it over. It should be a backcourt. Yep.
Backcourt, definitely. Great call.
Trying to do too much with the ball. And they're going offense, defense now, and a good pressure. We saw Taylor make that three, then get to the rim.
Now, we saw Duke last week in Charlotte, and in both games, they had a big lead in the second half, and then they went into a lull on both occasions. And we saw Robert Morris and then San Diego State suddenly have a little hope. And then who would break it open for Duke? They've gone another spurt, usually fueled by Winslow.
Absolutely. Justice is the guy, but it was that defensive maneuver, I think, by Utah that got them going a little bit.
Chapman with a nice piece of ball handling, and Cook has the arm bar in the back.
That kid can play. Pull-up jumper. We've seen him make a little jump left hook in different games.
Taylor. And Okafor able to control it.
That would have been big right there.
Big time. And how about the way he goes after that rebound?
Duke has 13 turnovers tonight, 8 here in the second half. They got to get a shot at the basket every time as they're milking the clock.
And Chapman's doing a great job. Look at the double up. Hurdle not paying attention to Jefferson whatsoever. Nice.
Waiting for an opening, and Pirtle is able to block it out of bounds. Duke has only 5 seconds to shoot.
A pretty Pirtle move.
Timeout's called by Mike Krzyzewski. Pirtle sends this one out of bounds. 8-point game. Again, 5 seconds to get off a shot. Inbounding underneath here, Tyus Jones.
Let's see if they get Winslow involved. We know Allen can make a shot or a drive. They got to go.
Allen driving in, and Chapman rejects. It's going back to the Utes.
Well, they have done a creative job defensively with their zoning, their doubling, their ability to gate opportunities, and the angle of pushing the dribbler away from the rim so you don't have that little kiss release.
Blue Devils have missed their last 5 shots. As the Utes had an empty trip the last time down the floor as they try to cut into that 8-point Duke lead.
Tony had him.
Loveridge.
Nice pass.
Underneath for 2. Pirtle. And Loveridge at the last moment passes up the 3.
Jim, a great look, but Okafor showed and didn't recover. Left up that passing lane.
There's a Utah team that was down by 25 at Kansas this year, and suddenly they rallied all the way back and took the lead, eventually losing in a tight one. Winslow, and the shot counts.
Wow. Unbelievable. Crunch time. Justice steps up big time. That's why we live in a law-abiding country. Justice is served.
I knew it was coming. And now it's time for our degree game-changing moment. Perhaps this will be the one that will change things. Who knows? Winslow making the shot with a free throw to come out of the break.
Coach K. He's excited.
It's back like he was 30 years of age at West Point.
For more degree game-changing moments, log on to ncaa.com/game-changing moments. It's now 21 points, 9 rebounds for Winslow.
So I guarantee you they didn't have those kind of plays at West Point.
No. He held it for a half hour. But did you notice the foot on the kick on the release by Winslow? He did that against Carolina. He is a tough kid. I don't think he means to hurt you, but he wants it so bad. Takes advantage of any situation.
That's on Cook, who's not happy about it. That for Cook is his 4th. You see how the Utes respond. They had the spurt, and then they gave up the 3-point play to Winslow.
Here's for Taylor. Nice react. Boy, are they scouted and prepared.
Right. Unable to shake free until now, and to free. Clanks off the rim.
Wright is so effective at getting into the paint. He's having difficulty against that defense for Duke. Right?
He's 3 for 12 from the field tonight.
And he can bite you with that 3 at 36%, but not tonight. Once again, Chapman, and then the zone up. This is a good move, moving around a little bit. Tough to locate him now, Okafor.
Chapman's going to be called for his 4th. Winslow, by the way, just picking up his double-double with his 10th rebound to go with the 21 points. Got a 1-and-1 coming up for fellow freshman Tyus Jones.
And the great free throw shooters you see on your screen.
If this Duke team goes on to win this game, wins the regional final, takes it all in Indianapolis, you got to think the MOP would be one of the freshmen. Could be Cook, but if it's Okafor or Winslow, that's something that's a rarity. It started, if you will, Arnie Farron from Utah was the first freshman to win Outstanding Player to Final Four. Back in 1944, and it wasn't until Purvis Ellison in '86 before there was another one.
Against Duke.
There you go,
right?
And Coach K's first Final Four.
And I always say Jay Billis got him that MVP award.
I think Carmelo Anthony was another freshman at Syracuse.
Been a couple since. Started with Arnie Farron, and who knows, maybe this year another freshman will be the decorated one in the end.
And finding some offense is key now. We've seen Wright try and get in that lane. Might get some driving kicks. Hurdle hasn't really gotten touches inside, and maybe he could do some damage, but the matchup is Okafor. Looks like they may be even zoning here, a little 2-3. Mike has done it this year against BC, against Notre Dame, against Louisville.
And a moment ago was the 16th foul on Duke.
And they go back to man.
Okafor was there to try to stop the drive, and he's got his third foul. You're 1-1 for Wright. Got my favorite story to tell you tonight. If he makes the free throw.
You're going to leave us hanging like that, huh?
I am.
I hope he makes the free throw now.
I'm going to trust that 83% will come through.
There you go.
The 1963 Heisman Trophy winner is in the house. Roger Staubach, who used to hand the football off at Dallas to number 35, Calvin Hill. Now, what's the significance also with Roger and the Hill family? He named Grant Hill. Correct?
Yes, he did. I was nameless for 3 days, Bill. Staubach, finally the quarterback came in, took charge, gave me a name, and growing up in Washington, D.C. as a result, I became a huge Cowboy fan.
He called signals in your house as well as on the field.
That one's a great story. No one knew. Roger completed another perfect pass, and we have Grant Hill now. And Grant, 54-45. The Devils lead it here. Just 2:26 to go.
How often your dad said, I wish it was a girl.
he was expecting girls, and came out a boy.
Right now, the men have to step up defensively for Utah. They've been creative in handling pressure, finding a way to stop this team. They will not shoot quickly coming down the stretch.
What a homecoming it's been tonight for Winslow. And the star on the floor for the Blue Devils.
Under 10. And tough to get the quick double if they go inside.
Winslow. Not that time.
Everything hit an easy one on this side.
You got numbers here, Utah.
Need this shot. Loveridge had the open look from the wing.
And Okafor, good job. They're going to give it away now. You remember this hack-ass shack? They used to call that little pal. Cramps, maybe.
And that's going to do it for Chapman of the Utes fouling out. What a prospect he is, though, for Coach K of Utah.
He did a nice job defensively.
He did.
And the more I watch Winslow play, Jim, I think he should have had Grant's shirt.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people may not have heard it last week, but after he signs with Duke, he reaches out to Grant and says, I want your number. I want to wear 33.
He did.
And you said, if you can go up and pull that jersey down out of the rafters, it's yours.
Well, after watching it here today, he probably could do that. That's the scary thing. Winslow has really stepped his game up here in the tournament and just been so huge for Duke in a number of ways. And I'll be honest, I thought coming home it could be a distraction for a young player, but he's been focused and played big tonight.
And you don't have to run things for him either. When he plays within the scope of the offense.
Tucker with Winslow on him. Utes have to come up with something. Taylor, there you go. That's a three.
Myrtle comes up with the screen. They fell for it. Nice open look.
6-point game, guys. 2-possession game with 1:20 remaining.
Got to get a stop or a turnover here, Utah.
Oh, going to be on Taylor.
He never got there.
No, I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
He tried. A good effort. Just never got the footwork established.
Still going to be a 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul. 3rd on Taylor.
Once again, the ability to convert coming down the stretch. Tyus Jones, knowing he had the angle, if he ever got the right foot down, set and established.
Tyus Jones, a tremendous free throw shooter, as you talked about earlier, guys, about how they have guys that can make the free throws at the end of the game. 88%, 1-and-1.
And Okafor has been Duke's best player this year, but Jones has been the closer.
He's the guy that steps up big time. When it's onions time, give it to the little guy.
Got a timeout here in Houston. Oklahoma and Michigan State could be headed right down to the last second in that one. 1 point sooner lead.
And Okafor out, I would say, just because of the free throw situation. Stretch the floor a little bit now. I would go inside if I'm Utah. Challenge, attack.
Boy, Duke really pressured him on the inbounds throw.
Krzyzewski should get to the rim. They got to take advantage of the mismatch.
Taylor put up a quick three. And who else but Tyus Jones? You talked about him taking over late. Comes up with a rebound and a couple of free throws.
They get the giveaway right away.
Double bonus. Duke fans are starting to feel it. It's not over yet.
Utah's defense really made them think and struggle, though, with the doubles and maybe the tough little run.
Matt Jones.
I'll tell you what, for Utah to have Duke with less than a minute left in the game, 56 points, you take that.
Oh,
you just expect a little bit more on the offensive end to give yourself a chance.
And the sophomore from DeSoto, Texas, about 30 minutes south of Dallas, hits the second of 2.
Duke wants to use clock by playing good, solid defense and not fouling. Conversely, attack.
Taylor keeps him in it with that one.
Kid is tough. They're going to check and see if it's a 2 or 3.
Going to call a timeout here by Utah.
And check, maybe.
57-51. If it is, in fact, holding up as a 3. He got it back.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
The kid can really ring the bell. Quite a guy. He's done a great job at Utah, as you mentioned, and he did say that Coach K from Duke had a nicer car than Coach K from Utah. Get a steal. That's what you're looking for now. Face guarding. They're not playing the inbound this year. You got a rover, free safety, the double.
You know they want to get the ball to Cook or Jones.
Jones, the 88% free throw shooter, daring him to foul him as they double him up. And Loveridge happy. He didn't think there was that much contact.
Don't you love a kid? He wants to get fouled.
Right.
You know, a lot of guys that go, hey, it's a hot apple. Let me get rid of this.
Still a lot of time left here. We've seen a number of things happen in the tournament under a minute.
He doesn't hit the 10. He's the rattler. Oh, nylon.
Calm, cool, and composed.
Again, true on both.
Fast. Nice job keeping right away from the ball. He knew.
1-and-1 coming up.
That's one of those don't look over at the bench fouls.
The great thing here is now they can get 2 baskets and set up their full court pressure and try to get a steal quickly. If not, you got to get them on the free throw line with the foul.
Hey, they had all that SEAL training.
That's right.
Back at the, back in September, at the start of the school year. 1-and-1. And they've learned how to overcome adversity on a number of occasions this year, trying to keep their season somehow alive here. 36 seconds to go.
And you mentioned the Kansas game, and they had some inspirational talks there that promoted a little more energy in that second half to get back. I think they ended up losing by 3, and as you noted, just actually took the lead once.
Grayson Allen replaces Emil Jefferson. Taylor has 13 points after those free throws, all of them coming in the second half. And Isaiah Wright on the floor, too, for the Utes. They need a defensive play right now.
Jefferson only about 55%. That's why he's out. They want Cook to give it up and foul somebody else.
Got to get it over.
Got 2 seconds to do that.
Kind of bailed him out there.
Sure did.
And again, that's the wrong guy to send to the double bonus.
Mike's really orchestrated the subs coming down this second half, trying to figure out the matchup, particularly that zone up and guys who can make free throws, guys who can guard.
I think Coach K might substitute Jefferson back in the game here for defensive purposes after these free throws.
8 for 8 from the line tonight.
Oh, he's killing him.
There you go, Grant. Jefferson comes in for defense.
Got to think positive if you're Utah. Get a quick hitter. Get yourself organized defensively. Maybe a drive, draw, kick back out for a 3.
Get Taylor or Loveridge an open look from a wing, perhaps. Here's Taylor. Brought him back in this half. Drive and a whistle outside. Seemed a little late, but
it might be Jones, I think, from the rear there trying to strip.
Taylor, nice little hesitation on the 3. Yeah. Got Jones.
Yeah, he got a little
off balance and got the arm there.
9th team foul, so still 1-1. Grayson Allen again for Jefferson, in and out.
And a smart move by Taylor. You don't need a 3. I know you're down, but you just want to get a basket. You want to get a chance to set up your pressure here against Duke.
And when you do that, go for the 2, you sometimes get the 3.
That's true.
Collapse, you get a nice open kick.
Taylor, just a moment ago, hit both ends of the 1-1. He faces that again.
Tough guy. I like these kind of guys with a lot of moxie. And really got involved too. Chapman did a great job, I thought, defensively for this team. Sort of bogarting the big fella at times.
So that brings it to 5 with 20 seconds.
That's for a home run play here. Wow. I don't know about that, Coach.
Well, it stops the clock. That's about the only good thing about it. But it doesn't let the clock start, I should say. But goodness.
4th on Taylor. Put Cook in there now for the 2.
Did he get him? Yeah, he got him. He got him. Yeah.
Rattles around and drops. That is Quinn's mother, Janet. Fingers crossed. Will she look up or not?
You don't need that because your son is a great free throw shooter if they give it to him.
She had to look up. What was going on? It was a long time.
Did he make it? Did he miss it?
What happened?
Did they take it away from him? This kid is one of those great stories when you think of it, that move to the shooting guard, welcomes Tyus with open arms, and anything for victory.
And with the Blue Devil nail polish, she can now applaud as he hits them both. 7 points in front, 20 seconds remaining. Coach me up here, fellas. How do you make up this much ground with this little time?
Well, you go as hard as quick as you can to the other end and try and create some havoc. Get somebody in a passing lane, and then defensively, just double up as quickly as you can. See if you can come up with a steal, maybe one pass, play the passing lane. And make Duke, for example, make this team use some clock and not foul. There they go. They're going to let them go.
They let Wright go in for the 2. It took 6 seconds. And a timeout called by Koviak. The margin 5, just as it was at halftime. What does Utah do now?
I think on the inbounds pass, you have to try to get a steal. If you don't get the steal, then immediately you foul Duke. Try to get a steal initially.
Do you remember a game where you inbounded the pass to Christian Laettner?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah. There was nobody guarding you.
That's true.
I'm saying maybe put a big on the ball. They're not going to do it, but maybe try and get a 5-second violation is a possibility too. But face guarding, try and make them throw a loop too, maybe, and then somebody can intercept.
Just remember, Utah is out of timeouts.
Perfect trap. Just get a jump ball.
When Cook's going to hold it.
They call it traveling call on Cook. A little shuffle in the corner.
I think he was trying to run the clock out. And, you know, kids never throw the ball off a guy's leg anymore like he used to in the schoolyard, right?
Well, also, too, that was a great trap. Trapping with their body, kind of forcing Cook to take a few steps.
Just imagine if they hit a quick one here. From the corner, trying to inbound it right to Loveridge. He can shoot it. Front of the rim, pulled down by Cook. And now they just let it go. The game is over. And the Blue Devils are on to the regional final.
I think they're going to shoot the foul. Like it was a foul. I think they're going to make Cook shoot the fouls. Yet it was a foul just prior to the horn going off.
The coaches, they just wrapping things up, and they turn around and look. And the officials are still asking for Cook to come out and shoot the free throws.
Watch this now. He gets pulled right there. That's when the whistle went off.
Wright tried to get a jump ball here.
Could have been, too.
Could have been.
You know? I think they're finally agreeing that it's over. That's not where he got fouled, though. Let's see. There's the clock in the background.
You got fouled by Taylor right here.
Yeah, 1/10 of a second. I think they're going to have Cook shoot.
And Utah's already headed to the locker room. The game's over. The officials are going to come over and explain. Going to put .7 back on the clock. So Utah's going to come back out from the locker room.
It's when the foul occurred is what he's saying, not when the whistle.
So they're putting .7 on the clock. When the foul occurred, not the whistle. When the buzzer sounds.
The foul was called 7/10 of a second.
Utah was off the field.
Yeah.
They got to come back out.
It's almost wrenching emotionally when you think of it. You know, it's hard enough to walk off and know it's over, have shaken hands, and now you got to come back. And
speaking of it being over, down at the far end of the floor, DeLon Wright, the senior, and such a big part of this turnaround in Utah as Chris Koviak tried to bring the program back to the Majerus level. What a career he's had at Utah. Finalist for the Naismith, the Cousy, and the Wooden Awards. There you see Taylor. He committed his 5th foul with that. And Bashinsky just launches it to the far end. It's a Duke victory at 63-57. Setting up Duke and Gonzaga Sunday. Which, based on what I saw tonight with the Zags, this is going to be a good one.
I would agree. The offensive-minded Zags, they got a lot of weapons.
All right, And Tracy Wolfson, over to you, Trace.
Thanks a lot, Coach. An interesting ending there. And you mentioned your players were nervous.
In the first half, I thought second half, we started out strong, and then we got that 13, 14-point lead, and we couldn't hit. And then they got 7 straight points, put a lot of game pressure on us. And then Justice really came through for us.
What can you say about him? He always seemed to be there when you needed him.
Well, he has. In these 3 games, he's come up with some, points are important, but points in critical times, they're worth a lot more. And he's getting those points in critical times.
Now you're on to the Elite 8. You face a very tough Gonzaga team and Mark Few. How big of a challenge will that be?
Well, big one, because they have a great program. They're old and obviously really good, but they're old, and hopefully our guys they've learned from winning tonight, and they won't be nervous on Sunday. But we were a little bit nervous today. And Utah makes you that way because they're a good team.
Thanks a lot.
All right,
appreciate it. Jim?
3rd game in a row in the tournament. Winslow at the critical time. Made sure that the momentum went back for good to Duke. You can turn now to Michigan State and Oklahoma on TBS. For Raft, Grant, and Tracy, Jim Nance saying so long from Houston.